Today's video is all about skincare that works immediately. So watch the whole way through. I'm gonna share 6 tips you can do overnight that will have your skin hydrated and glowing in the morning. Hey guys, it's Mona, and I'm super excited about today's video because I feel like a lot of what I talk about is skincare that is preventative and like long-term, and that's a huge part of my philosophy when it comes to anything health or wellness, but sometimes you just want something to have an immediate effect. And a lot of times the immediate effect stuff might be a little bit too harsh or not good for you, especially when it comes to like diets. But when it comes to skincare, there are actually things that you can do overnight to really make your skin glow in the morning and have that effect. I know oftentimes with like long-term acne treatments or like just different things, it takes longer, but these are actually gonna show you some really quick results. And you know, when you are sleeping, your skin's actually in repair mode anyway. So a lot of these just kind of help accelerate that or almost help not hinder it, because there are certain things that can stop your skin from having that natural, like beautiful repair process overnight. So I'm gonna share 6 tips that I have here. The first one is pretty simple. I feel like a lot of us know we're supposed to remove our makeup overnight, but I wanna get into a little bit of the why, because I think when you understand why, it also helps you really like remember it and understand it, and then it will help you incorporate it. So a lot of times you think don't leave your makeup on because you'll get acne, you know, you can get little breakouts. There is that, but if you've ever noticed that you fall asleep with like your foundation on and you wake up, do you ever notice your skin just looks like a little dull? It's almost like it looks like dull and not bright, and there's actual science behind this. When you're sleeping, the makeup, the actual particles are actually seeping into your pores, and they're not letting you get like oxygen and hydration, and because they're clogging it, it almost just gives you this like actually like aged dull look. So you can actually wake up looking older than you are or older than you did the day before because of that dull look. Having that like fresh glow and having that shine to your skin is what keeps you looking healthy and vibrant, and when your skin looks dull, it can actually age you. So let's not age ourselves more than we need to. Another thing is your skin naturally goes into repair mode overnight, and when you're blocking it with makeup, it just stops the natural process. So it's kind of 2 things. It's clogging your pores and it's just stopping the overnight process. So make sure you remove your makeup. I actually have been really liking cleansing balms. I've shared this one before. This is just by Naturopathica. I like it because it's not quite as harsh as makeup removing wipes. You don't have to pull on your skin as much. If you have a makeup removing wipe that's really wet and like moisturized, and it works a little bit better, but some of them are so dry you end up like tugging on your skin a lot, which also isn't good. So this one you can use, it melts right onto your skin. I would recommend following with another cleanser. This is just kind of like the step 1 to get the makeup off. Sometimes I'll even use this as my cleanser in the morning because you don't have to always cleanse as harshly in the morning. Another good one is just like a good Bioderma like water. I like these because you can put them on like a cotton pad or on toilet paper, whatever you have. Even if you keep this in your nightstand or keep anything in your nightstand just to get it off. I've shared this in one of my videos. I can link it below, like what I keep in my nightstand, but it's very strategic and specific. And I literally have like really, really wet makeup removing wipes, and then a little mini toner mist and a moisturizer. So if for some reason I'm just too exhausted, I've got like, I can just like lean over and do my skincare. It's still better than nothing. So make sure you are removing your makeup. The next product I want to talk about is lactic acid. So before I start this one, just in full disclosure, this product is sponsored as part of this video. You know, it is the one of all of these that is sponsored, but I also just want to take this opportunity to explain, when I do have a video that's sponsored, I take it very seriously. There are so many brands. In fact, I probably say no to 70% of offers that come my way. Not only do I take it that seriously, I test it out. I make sure I like all the ingredients. There's nothing that I would ever take on as a sponsor that I wouldn't personally use myself and that isn't aligned with my beliefs and, you know, something that I'd want to share with you guys. Also, I'm really in this for the long haul. Like, this is my career, so there's no way I would steer you guys wrong for a quick buck when I want to be doing this for the next 50 years. So I hope you guys have that trust in me and just know that anything that I do share, I actually use. You know, this is my career and how I make a living. So we do, kind of the elephant in the room, but we do have to take on some sponsored products every once in a while. But this is a brand that I really believe in, and anything that I do share, you can just be sure that I will not steer you wrong and I actually do use. Lactic acid is one of my favorite ingredients when it comes to like AHAs or BHAs. AHA stands for alpha hydroxy acid, BHA stands for beta hydroxy acid. So alpha hydroxy acids are like your lactic acid, your glycolic acid, and then beta hydroxy acid is salicylic acid. So I actually like AHAs a little bit more, and when it comes to all of them, I like lactic acid more than glycolic acid. For me personally, I've noticed that it's less harsh, it's a little more hydrating. Lactic acid, the particle size is bigger than glycolic acid, so for that reason, it doesn't penetrate as deeply into your skin as glycolic, so that makes it more hydrating, it makes it less harsh, a little bit more gentle. So it kind of just works on the surface to really like exfoliate, kind of like clean out your pores, give you a glow. It's just a really good like multifunctional product. This one is by Biossance. I like it because it's non-toxic. They have a huge blacklist of ingredients that they don't use, which is great. But what's great about Biossance is that they're still active. So I'm really big on clean, but also active, because I don't want to use something so natural that it's not actually doing anything. So Biossance has a really good kind of balance of that. I have shared them before. This one is a 10%, which is the highest you can get over the counter. And even though it's the highest strength, they balance it with a lot of really good ingredients to make it even more soothing. Even though lactic acid isn't that harsh, it is still an acid, so I like that they kind of balance it. They've got clover in here that also helps accelerate that like cellular turnover overnight. It's got squalene, which is so hydrating and moisturizing. It's kind of like the other ingredient besides hyaluronic acid that I really like. And it also has lavender, which is also really nice at night because it's soothing and it gives you kind of like that restful sleep. It's got a little bit of aromatherapy. So I've been using this for a few weeks. I love it. It does not irritate my skin, and it's just a really great product all around. So the next thing I want to talk about, I don't have on the table, but I'm going to pop up right here so you guys can see, and this is a humidifier. This is actually such a game changer to use overnight, and really all it's doing is keeping your skin hydrated and moisturized. So dry skin is one of the most like common things to make your skin look different immediately versus having hydrated skin. If you've been following me for a while, that's something I've shared. When I don't drink water like for a full day, I literally see it in my skin. My makeup creases a little bit differently. And my favorite example to use about hydration that like really lays it out is to think of a grape. When a grape is, you know, a fresh grape, it's plump, it's really juicy looking, but then a dried up grape, which is a raisin, has a lot of wrinkles and it does not look quite as beautiful. So that's how you can picture skin. When you have a lot of hydration, you're gonna have that plumpness. While this might be like an immediate effect, it's not like water is scientifically anti-aging you, but it's giving you the appearance of it. So this is another thing that overnight you're gonna look good. If you also notice when you're getting a facial and they use a steam or a humidifier, your skin is just absolutely glowing. So a lot of times I like to take extreme examples just so you can actually understand it. It kind of helps lay it out a little more. So I really like the Dyson brand one. They have a couple different settings. You can do cool or moist, but I'll put a couple links below to some options that you guys can try. You can get a mini one, but really this makes a huge difference. Just make sure you clean the filter, because there was one time that I didn't realize it wasn't clean and I woke up coughing. So that's huge in case there's dust in there. You don't want to be breathing that in. Okay, so next is pillowcase. I literally took this from my bed this morning. This is just in line with what we talked about in terms of hydration. So a silk or satin pillowcase is so important. I cannot stress this enough for a few different reasons. Number one, hydration. So this fabric doesn't actually absorb as much of like the moisture as something like cotton would or even like linen. So when you sleep on pillowcases that aren't satin, it's actually drawing out some of the moisture from your skin. While this might be subtle, this isn't the most drastic thing. Every little thing helps. So this is really great for that. Most importantly, this is going to prevent wrinkles. So this is also a long-term benefit. When your skin is kind of like, crunched up against the pillow, you can get lines, which I'm sure everyone's taken a nap and woken up with like lines on their face. But those creases over time can lead to permanent lines. So having something like this is going to completely prevent that. Your face glides against it nicely. And it's also just something, it's the one time like you have the longest amount of hours that your face is touching something. So if you think about that, like it's going to be smushed against something for a long time. I'm also really big on changing my pillowcase like a couple times a week, sometimes even like 5 times, which I know seems a little intense, but a lot of bacteria and dirt can get on there, and your face is touching it for so long, your mouth is touching it. Like, picture your hair on a train or in an Uber and then on your pillowcase numerous nights a week. It's just, when your face is on something for that long, I think about it. And one little hack I do, even just not with silk, but in terms of pillowcases, if I don't have a clean one, let's say I'm like at a hotel and they give you like the cushions that they never wash and that are there for years and it's touching the pillow, I'll take like a t-shirt and put it over the pillowcase and just sleep on that, because at least I know it's clean. So that's another little hack for you guys. The next tip I want to talk about is gua sha, which I'm not going to get too into because I have a separate video explaining exactly how to do this, so I don't want to be super repetitive there. But this is basically just face sculpting. So gua sha, facial massage, anything you're doing like that is going to give you an immediate effect. If you guys have ever had any kind of like face sculpting facial, when they do one side to the other, it's dramatically different. It's like you had a facelift on one side and the other side's drooped down. It looks so crazy. So it really does work right away. These are things that work right away and don't last, I'd say, more than like a day or two, but if you do them continuously, they do have long-term effects. With this though, it will give you benefits the next morning. So many celebrities before big award shows or like red carpets will go get like a face sculpting facial and a little bit of oxygen. It just totally tones. You can contour your face with this. You can, do the jawline, the chin. It's really great. So I'll link below the video that shows step-by-step how to use this. And I'll also link a facial massage video below this. And then lastly is microcurrent. So this device I have here is NUFACE. I like this one. There's a couple other brands out there, but I do really like the NUFACE one. Microcurrent in general, whether you're doing it at home or whether you're going to get a facial, it's basically just, it's like exercise for your face. So it's almost like teaching your muscles to lift and tone. Basically what microcurrent does is it delivers like low level microcurrents. You can feel them, and depending on if you do it at home or in office. At home, sometimes you'll get like a weird sensation in your head or your eye, which it's a little bit odd, but it's safe. So it delivers these like little low-level microcurrents, which stimulates the production of ATP. And if you kind of remember back to like junior high science, ATP is what gives our cells energy, and it kind of promotes that cellular turnover. So it's going to help teach your muscles to kind of lift and tone, and it's also going to help stimulate new collagen. So it's got a lot of great benefits. Another thing that works right away, these are pretty similar. Just different ways. Is a little more like advanced. This is something that's been used for years and years and years. So whichever route you want to take, or you can do both. You could do this at home. I mean, I think NUFACE says you can do it every night. Obviously that seems a little intense, but maybe once a week, twice a week, something like that. They also have some devices that you can use like around your eyes, like around the corners of your lips, and it helps get rid of like fine lines and just really helps tone and lift your face. So the way NUFACE works is pretty easy. It comes with this gel that you have to apply to your face first. This is really important. It's important for like the currents that are coming onto your skin. I don't have the gel right now because I have makeup on. I would really recommend doing this on a fully cleansed face. Actually, if you guys want a full demo on how to do microcurrent, leave it in the comments and we can just dedicate a video to that. But if you go onto their website or you even have the manual, it basically just teaches you kind of just like glide up in different directions. You usually do like 3 passes per side. And like I said, they have a smaller one that you can do for around the eye area or around the mouth area. And it doesn't hurt. Once in a while you get like a weird sensation, but that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will link everything below in the description. If you want to check out this Biossance lactic acid, you can shop it on biossance.com or on Sephora. I'll put both of those links below also. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.